talk about lighting, because I was saying to the audience, lighting is a woman or man's best friend. You don't need a diet, you need good lighting.
You do, and if you've spent money on things like beautiful artwork or beautiful fabrics, like why not light them properly?
Yes.
So it's really important.
Or your beautiful face.
Or your beautiful face.
Right?
You spend money on it, you might as well light it properly.
Make it look good. So what do you need to think about when it comes to your lighting plan?
Well, one of the most important things is that whether you're doing a new build or renovation or just updating your kitchen, for example, you have to think about where the placement of everything in that room is going to be. So the island, the peninsula, the sofa, the table, and you actually need to put that in a furniture plan. Because I always say, if you leave it up to an electrician, where is he going to put the light in the dining room?
Right.
Right in the center.
Always.
Always.
Yeah.
And is that the only piece of furniture we have in our dining room? No, we always have a sideboard or a buffet, in which case the light isn't centered in the room.
Yeah.
So it's really important to do this little bit of homework so that you know where your lighting goes.
And is that a furniture plan there?
This is called an RCP, Reflected Ceiling Plan. So it's very similar to a regular floor plan, but what we're doing is we're looking at the ceiling. So I'm just going to quickly, I'm not going to get too technical, but this is a kitchen and a little lead-in kitchen, and I've highlighted in yellow all the different fixtures. There's actually pot lights in this space, which is great for overall lighting. We've got beautiful decorative lighting over top of the island, and then we have a beautiful pendant over top of our eating area. And you can see, because we did the banquette and we put the table in, we know exactly where that pendant's going to be located in the ceiling. And now we're going to actually see this space in real life, so you can see how this actually looks. I'm going to see a picture in the monitor.
It turned out beautifully.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Oh, I love the pendants over the island.
And so you can see that all
teardrops.
They're so pretty, and we've actually hung them at different heights. It's almost supposed to look like a raindrop.
Yeah.
And so because of the organic shape, and so on a furniture plan or on this RCP, you actually list out above finished floor, AFF. So when you're saying to your electrician where you want your light, yes, this is important, but it's also important how high do you want it off the floor.
That's
and it's above the finished floor.
Okay, so get specific.
Get very specific. And then make sure you start going shopping for your lighting right away. Because your electrician is going to come and he's going to say, it could be a she, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. He or she is going to say, you know, where do you want that sconce that we're putting in your powder room? And so, for example, this sconce, when we always love the lighting right beside our face. So you can see the junction box is going to be probably about 4.5 feet off the ground for this one. So that's how that one would work, because that one points up.
But then if you went with that
you went with this one, it's going to be up
That's
here.
A cool one, by the way.
So now we're looking at more like 5 feet off the ground. And those few inches make a big difference. Or we may decide that we want a fixture that's going to be, maybe we have a really tight space and we only have room to do one over top of a mirror.
Right.
So knowing what fixture you're going to use, whether it points up or it points down, is going to affect where you're going to put your electrical.
Yeah, so it really is all in the planning, isn't it?
It is, and I'm going to show you 3 washrooms that we have, some pictures of, to show you 3 different options for lighting. So here's one, and this is a really funny one, because you can imagine when everything was wide open, nothing's in place, the sconces aren't in place yet, those junction boxes are down at like 40 inches off the ground.
Right.
And the electrician phoned me, the homeowner phoned me and said, are you sure that's where you want them?
Yeah.
But when you see the light, it's
now do you get it?
So they all laughed and said, that's exactly where it should have been. So, and then another washroom we had actually used pendant lights from above.
Nice.
So obviously that needs to have electrical in the ceiling.
Right.
So that you can see it here.
Yeah.
So those aren't sconces, they're hanging from the ceiling. And then in the other washroom we have here, we actually did it above the mirror. So again, you need the electrical. So you need to know exactly what pendant, because there's nothing worse than your electrician saying to you, okay, so I'm gonna be doing electrical tomorrow, where do you want? And you're like, oh,
I don't know, we don't have a plan.
And then you run out to the store and you end up picking fixtures you're not thrilled with just because you need something.
It's like you know my life or something. That's basically how
everybody
it goes. Let me go pick stuff out and do some measurements really quickly.
Yes, and all these lights are from Royal Lighting, so thank you to them for bringing them in.
Oh, well, thank you to them for this. Royal Lighting is getting everyone to take home a classic lamp. It's valued at $80. To Royal Lighting. Now, if you are at home, we want you to like us on Facebook, and you can also win a $250 gift card for Royal Lighting. So thank you so much to them for that. That's lovely.
Yes.
What is next in our lighting plan?
Well, another thing that's not as exciting, but also important, is that sometimes we have really tight spaces, and if you look at your floor plan, you'll see door, 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 and you start thinking, okay, I want to get a switch in there, and I need some casing in there.
Yes.
So it's important to think about, sometimes we always think, oh, wider casing, bigger trim, bigger baseboards. Sometimes it doesn't work.
Because you got to get that switch in there somewhere.
Exactly. And if you don't think about this, what's going to end up happening is you're either going to cut into your casing to get a light switch in there, or cut your light plate in half.
Right.
So you really have to, and here's a picture to show, sometimes even a thinner regular casing, but nice thick with a little bit of detail is just as nice, and it gives you space to do your switches, which is great.
Okay, so plan that stuff out.
Plan
Start
that
thinking
stuff in
about that
advance.
as well.
And we're going to see some really exciting switching. So there's some new options on the market. And I'm going to start with this because it's so fantastic. If you look, this wall plate is actually forged metal, and they're all handmade. So each one is a work of art.
That's
and you can
beautiful.
imagine how lovely that would look like if you had walnut cabinetry and you wanted it to blend right in, but have a little bit of accent. It's fantastic.
It's just so sleek.
They are, and it's
you don't
nice
feel
to
like
have
you
that
need
really
to hide it anymore.
they're clean and modern, and that's what we're going for, is that blends in with your interior. Or if you want to make a statement, you could even do some of these wall plates. Like there's 70 different colors in the wall plates.
Oh my gosh, like I love that. This is
Look
cool.
at you're actually activating things.
Oh, am I
Does
doing
that
it?
mean? Woo!
Wow,
Look at
wow.
us.
That's so cool. And this one?
Yes.
I love that.
Well, so there's two different colors in terms of the switching. So we have the white or the magnesium. There's 7 different switches. So this one, look, isn't that cool? Just a wave.
Oh, that's cool.
Ooh, yes. We don't even have to touch it. No
Is it
germs, no
battery
fingerprints.
operated?
These are all hardwired.
Hardwired.
Yeah.
I love
so
it.
that's amazing.
Very nice.
And then this is fantastic. It's
pop out.
It's a pop-out
an
outlet.
There's an
Isn't that
outlet in there.
fantastic?
That's
So it's
cool.
it's all hidden away.
Yeah.
This is the Adorne Collection from Legrand, and amazing options. So
That's
you
so
know,
cool.
that's the cool thing, is there's so many amazing things. So if you don't have time to be walking through all the Build It stores and the different lighting stores, that's why you call a designer, because we know all these amazing tricks. Or of course you watch City Line, and then we tell you all our tricks on TV.
That's right. Both things are good. Let's